Well, the Naples-Fort Myers Challenge started back in 1981. It was the first year that it was held. And it was an idea really that came from Ted Norris, who was the first director of tennis at the Naples Bath and Tennis Club, dating back to maybe 1975 when Ted was on the scene. And his idea was to come up with a friendly rivalry competition event that put Naples and Fort Myers together. It was at first. The first year back in '81, there were actually 21 matches. And it was a big lopsided victory for Naples at that time. There were a couple of junior matches, and there were men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles.
How long have you been captain of the Naples team?
Since its inception in '81, I pretty much, for the first 15 years, it was at my facility, the facility that I was at, and I was the captain and chose the teams for that year. Doug Welsh took the mantle back in '94 for about 5 or 6 years and ran it at Quail Creek. And then it has come up to Fort Myers upon occasion. The old format was if Fort Myers won, they hosted the cup the next year. If Naples won, we hosted it. And so now we're doing it at Bonita Bay. We found a fantastic facility Paula does an amazing job with it, great sponsors and volunteers. So there's really no reason to move it. And it's also so centrally located between Naples and Fort Myers that it really makes it easier for everyone. And that's good for us. We can always get more players because it's so nicely located and convenient for everybody.
How do you go about choosing a team, given that there's so many good players in this area?
We really kind of network our choices. Basically, the captains are in charge. And the captains, like over the years, what I've done is if we had a junior division, I would pick the person in Naples that I felt had the strongest knowledge of the juniors. And that person would be in charge of the juniors, and they would make the phone calls and help me out. Then I would take somebody who knew the women the best, and I would use those people to sort of fashion a team together.
This is the 32nd year for the tournament. Tremendous amount of tradition. Is it like a Davis Cup match in the sense that people in Fort Myers versus the people in Naples are cheering for their teams?
Absolutely. I think a lot of people come out and they want to root for the Naples team, and they want to know who the Naples team or the Fort Myers team is. And here at Bonita Bay, they've done an awesome job putting together a program that tells everybody who the players are. When you walk out to a court, you know who the Naples team is. And you can wander around, kind of like the U.S. Open, maybe at the U.S. Open of yesterday, where you could kind of wander the outside courts and you heard there was a good match on court 19. Well, very much out here, as I did last year, I walked court to court and got to see everybody play all the time. And the courts, it was spaced out so nicely that you could stand on one court and watch 2 matches and then move over to another court when you heard some cheering over there or you knew it was getting closer.
How do you go about motivating your players as a captain?
Easiest thing of all time. These are all competitive players. Some of them, their highly competitive years are maybe a little behind them, but when you take a teaching pro and you put him on a court, his playing instincts or her playing instincts come back. So all I do is say, have fun, good luck, and they know they're playing for a team and that they're going to get a point for their team at the end of it. So there's really no need to motivate the players at all. They're going to go out there and they're going to do whatever they have to be competitive and win the match. And it's different. People say this about Ryder Cup and about Davis Cup. It's different when you're playing for your country or for your team.
The price of admission, if I would like to come to this tournament, what would be involved?
That's the beauty of it, is that there is no cost for admission. We try to offset some of the costs through sponsors, and we've had some very generous sponsors over the year. So it's great. I mean, to be able to watch the caliber of players that you're going to see in this sort of hometown competition and pay nothing for it and be treated to a beautiful facility and a wonderful afternoon of tennis. We've also changed it around over the years to sort of make it fit the crowd better. And we've condensed it now. Here at Bonita Bay, we're using 10 or 11 courts at a time. So we've condensed it into an afternoon window. The event used to stretch really from about 9:30, 10 in the morning until maybe 6 at night. And now the event basically takes place between, I believe, 2 in the afternoon and about 6. So you can really come out for a 2 to 4 hour window and see all the matches being played and see your favorite players play. So it's very convenient now for the crowd. And there's great ability to be a spectator here and rove around a little bit and see a whole lot of great matches. One of the great things about this event too is that it continues to improve. Paul's done a number of interesting things with the event, and one of the great things this year is the addition of the website. Okay, I think everybody should go and check out the website this year, which is www.Naples Fort Myers Tennis Challenge, and the Fort is FT, so it's Naples FT Myers tennischallenge.com. Great way to catch up on the history of the event, great way to be involved with it, see some of the pictures from last year, and get a feel for it. So I think when you come out to watch the event or play in it, you know enough about it to be even more excited about it.